Whoa! Hello, Christian. How are you doing?
I'm good. Santa?
It's me. It's Santa Claus.
Oh, sweet. I mean, you're a little late. It's already January. It's like halfway through. Also,
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
yeah, it's January 19th, son. I don't.
Wait.
Where have you been?
No.
Are you okay?
Oh, no. There's no way my calendar could be wrong. The elves just told me it's about time to get in my sleigh and give everyone their goodies. It's only December 19th. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Most of the my phone tends to never lie to me about that sort of thing. It's generally pretty synced into the world clock. So yeah, I'm gonna go with it's January 19th and not December 19th.
No, there's no way. Let me just pull up my calendar really quick.
Yeah, it feels stupid now, don't you, Santa?
Oh no.
Yeah, I bet you feel real dumb, huh?
Did you know about this?
Yeah, bet you
we're
feel like a
behind.
fool, don't you, Santa?
Oh,
Time to upgrade to the
right,
new
Christian.
age, kid.
Excuse me, I came here to give you a gift tonight, son, before we got to Christmas, and what is this nonsense I'm
sorry,
hearing?
what?
Mhm.
I'm listening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Christian. You pissed Santa off and he had to go away.
What? Wait, where did you come from?
I mean, I was
Did you
always
know
here.
about
Like,
this?
yeah. Mrs. Claus, like, she let me know that he was going to be coming by, and I
She
didn't
did
know
what now?
why. Yeah, Mrs. Claus.
You were just casually hanging out with Mrs. Claus, huh? Is that what
Listen,
I'm hearing?
man, I don't want to air my dirty laundry, for the world to hear. Okay, so
brought
just
this
take
up,
my
not
word for
me.
it. I was telling you why I was here. I invited Mr. Claus. Well, Mrs. Claus let me know that Santa Claus was looking for something to do. He's been a little out of it the last month. I hear. I just figured out why. Because yikes.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward.
I guess we all know why we didn't get what we wanted in our stockings this year.
I guess he got kind of tired after all that killing he did. You know, that movie they made about him.
oh, yeah, right. The movie that came out, the documentary that came out. In fact,
Yeah. Wild movie.
Mm-hmm. It was a retelling because it was starring David Harbour or whatever, of
Stranger Things
what's
fame.
What's that show? Yeah, Stranger Things fame. But I was a very apt retelling for certain.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I wanted to let him speak his piece really quick, and now he's gone. So
He said something about a gift, though. You know anything about that?
yeah, I think he had like a bunch of Nerf guns to give you, but he looked a little upset when he left. So I don't know if you're going to be getting those anymore, my guy.
Oh, that's depressing.
Do you like Nerf guns?
They're cool. I've shot. Yeah.
Can I tell you?
You can.
I saw that he had one that was the size of a lizard.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
the size of a lizard? That's kind of arbitrary. There's a lot of different kinds of lizards.
No. I mean, one like lizard sized, like the lizard
Like the
could
shape
use
of
that
it.
Nerf gun.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Oh. That's
Mhm.
even more sad now. I could have had a Nerf gun fight with Rorschach.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And you missed out.
I gotta write an apology letter one day.
I think you need to. But, in the meantime, while Dylan decides if he's going to leave or scrap that entire nonsensical bit at the very start that was completely unscripted, we watched One Piece Chopper movie this week, didn't we, Christian?
Hooray! We did. I got to relive all my trauma from 2 years ago.
Your trauma from 2 years ago. Well, okay, so when you say relive your trauma, do you mean like in a good way, or like it made you feel things way, or like relive your trauma? You hated this movie when you watched it in the first
emotions.
place. Oh, good. Oh, it's a good thing. We were able to rekindle some of our lost humanity. That's good. I'm glad.
If we had watched this before doing the parents tier list, there's a good chance Hero Luck wouldn't have been such a hot topic.
Yeah. And what do you feel like this movie changed?
What did we leave him in? We left him in the middle tier, right? I think
we did. We left him in needs
work. I feel like that's probably about accurate.
I feel like we did put him like kind of where I'm not going to say he like deserves it like all around, but for like, he made a pretty grave error in judgment.
A few of them.
Yeah, like I think he's good. I think he's right where he needs to be, honestly. In fact, if anything, I think we might have almost given Kureha almost a little too much credit because she did a very similar thing when Chopper was leaving, and we just completely glossed over.
It is true, but I feel like the egregious error that Hiruluk makes in that instance is the gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
The gun was way too much.
The gun is a lot more traumatizing than a flurry of knives because of what happened in his original attempt to make contact with humanity. So, yeah. Anyway, the movie.
Before we get into it, we'll go into a brief little summary. Didn't write anything down, so your summary this week. In a land known as Drum Kingdom, ho ho ho, we have our favorite Straw Hat pirates sailing on their way, just fucking around on the Grand Line until a storm hits and Nami ends up being sick. They find their way into Drum Kingdom where they meet a bunch of people and eventually Chopper, and some shenanigans happen. They go up a mountain, Nami gets cured, they fight some fucker named Wapple. You all know the story. Ho ho ho. We're done now, folks.
Wait, Santa, my Nerf guns.
Sorry, he's already gone again, Christian.
God damn it.
So you know, they go to Drum Island and Chopper's there. He's like, yo, you got pirates are pretty cool. Nami gets cured. They beat the shit out of Wapple, who's like a tyrannical king. Hiruluk was also there from Chopper's backstory. He's his dad. And they cure the country with cherry blossoms in the sky.
I think
it was lovely.
I mean, that was a glorious summary, and I feel like maybe we don't even need to finish the episode, but I also think we need to address the elephant in the room, or the several elephants in the room.
Yeah, so, okay, this is actually, thank you, Christian, for segueing us into the elephants in the room. For those of you that have been listening to us for a decent amount of time, you will know that I am very adamant in my distaste for this film. If you use it to replace Chopper's backstory from the main canon, I find this particular installment to be very confusing and almost even reductive in a few ways. It covers the majority of Chopper's backstory, but it adds a lot of nonsense. The top three things are Robin's there, and she should not be, because this is long before they beat Alabasta. Frankie's there, which he should not be, because
even
this
further
is long,
in the future.
That's even further into the future. And finally, because Wapple being the main villain, whom he was the villain in Chopper's original thing or whatever in the anime and the manga, he wasn't good enough as a villain. They just shoehorned in Wapple's big brother Mushuru. Was it Mushuru?
Mushuru, yeah, Mushuru.
Mushuru, whatever. It's like mushroom.
He's a
yeah,
mushroom.
Mushuru. A mushroom man, and his power is the mush fruit or something, and he basically has the power. He's like a Magellan Light, if I could be honest. Maybe he can like make poison with his mushroom power. Like that's like a primary function of his devil fruit, is that he bakes poison in his gut for a long period of time.
He has that like silly ultimate move where he can incubate poison or mushroom spores in his stomach for 10 years and then just release them as a giant bomb. That is a plot point for all of about 5 minutes. And yeah, he's just kind of there. He has a good fight with Luffy. Probably it's a very well animated scene of him fighting Luffy towards the end of the film. But I mean, ultimately, honestly, it's whatever. And at the end of the day,
it was like, okay, so I will say
before
that
we go any farther, I just need to point out there's one more elephant in the room, and that's the fact that we're on the Sunny and we're not on the Mary.
yeah, that is
because we also have Frankie along. So Frankie and the Sunny come hand in hand.
Yep, they are a package deal. We do not get Frankie without the Sunny. It is what it is. I mean, it is his boat, to be fair. So
yeah, pretty much. Anyway, go ahead with what you were going to say.
I was going to say, though, all that aside, I do stand by, if you use this as a replacement for Chopper's backstory, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Christian, but that was you once upon a time.
Yeah, before once upon a time when I was sort of kind of making my delve into One Piece, Jordy gave me the first two, these two movies, the first being Nami's episode, and then Chopper's episode, and obviously I had no real context for what should or shouldn't be there in the end of the day. So I remember enjoying the movie when I watched it.
Yeah.
But again, that's because I have no context for the fact that Frankie shouldn't be there, Mashuru isn't really a person, Robin shouldn't be there, etc., etc. So Luffy uses second and third gear, all of these things that just aren't really a thing in the actual show. But yeah, then eventually I would go on to just start watching actual episodes instead, and then I would stop at Alabasta, yada yada.
I also feel like that this movie somewhat suffers from, it's okay to like have these one-off like standalone things for, especially like One Piece, to like summarize like main plot elements, what have you, but they implemented so many characters that didn't have any ground to stand on that I honestly feel like it almost suffered from, if you're like a watcher and you're just like, yeah, I want to watch a One Piece movie, this movie almost comes off as distracting because you know next to nothing about any of the main cast, and it's all about Chopper from start to finish. I almost feel like you need to have the context from the other parts of the series in order for this whole experience to really make sense and feel rounded or even different than what the other straws might have experienced. There were a couple of things that they tried to keep from like the main anime that they translated into this movie, like the Sanji line being like, he's a monster, and I liked it. I'm glad that it was there. I just don't know if it had the same impact if you don't watch the original, I guess, is my only overall point. But all that aside, we're not negative here. We're here for vibes. I will say, all that aside, I had a great time. I forgot that this was beautifully animated, and I believe it was animated by the same guy that directed the Baron Matsuri movie, if I'm not mistaken.
I would believe you if you told me that, because they look identical in art style. Not directed necessarily. Well, maybe the director is the animator was the animator in Baron Matsuri, but the movies were directed by two different people. I can tell you that much.
Give me 1 sec. Let me look this up really quick.
I know for a fact that Baron Matsuri was animated by Mamoru Hosoda, who was the Wolf Children, Summer Wars, that guy, Bell more recently. So, but Chopper movie was not animated by or not directed by that guy.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, you're right. It was directed by Junji Shimizu, and I don't see any acknowledgments for Mamoru Hosoda. Well, I will say the animation looks very similar to Baron Matsuri.
Yeah, if you told me they had the same staff working on it, then it would be entirely believable. The movies look identical in art style. So,
well, I will say that I
love it.
Yeah, I was kind of here for it. Honestly, that was a part that I completely forgot about that movie, or about this flick. Was I definitely didn't remember that it deviated from that like the pre-Skypean anime style or whatever before it kind of started getting a little bit I don't want to say rounder, almost a little bit squarer and a little bit more defined in like the lines and whatnot. Because a lot of earlier One Piece is like very noodly, very, very, very goofy looking. So that was actually a pretty nice change of pace. I had a good time with that, at least.
Yeah, I like I do enjoy the more fluid animation, fluid motion that you get out of these guys, this style, for whoever it is that does these movies this way.
Now, I will also say something that I think that this movie did really well on is, and this is like the other side of the coin of like, you're missing a lot of context with some of like your main primary characters. Of the beats they covered a really good chunk of the arc in the time frame that they covered it in, and really didn't leave any major component out, if I'm going to be honest, which is actually very insightful. And it kind of makes me sad that you could retell this entire arc in a 2-hour period as opposed to what did we spend? Probably like 20 episodes on.
Is it 20 episodes? I feel like I remember Drum Island only being like a little more than a dozen, right?
Maybe it was only a little more than a dozen. If that's the case, then that makes a little bit more sense, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's all... You get a lot of the major stuff. There's a little bit cut out with like the it's just random shenanigans that happen like in the little villages. There's not 2.5 episodes of Zoro being lost, you know.
Which I was a little sad by. We got robbed of the Zoro guitar riff.
It is true. And then there are other characters there to sort of swing things along. Vivi's missing, most notably as a missing link out of this one.
But for the most part, I actually found this kind of funny and interesting because now I have like a little bit more context for like how the scenes played out, because I still have a pretty vivid memory of what we covered in the cast. They really just, if Vivi was there, the two scenes that strike out to me the most, I remember the one with her and Usopp, like after Sanji and Luffy left with Nami to like climb the mountain or whatever. It was Vivi and Usopp originally that were like, yeah, we don't want to go inside. And this time they just kind of put Robin there instead and was like, oh yeah, we don't want to go inside. And Dalton hung out with them. And then secondarily, the scene where the avalanche happens and Usopp and Vivi got messed up by all the snow or whatever. And then Vivi's trying to protect Usopp from dying. They put Robin there instead. And for like the slap bit to make his face all swelled up, she just like, without even like breaking a sweat or even like taking her eyes off Usopp, immediately sprouts 30 hands or something like that all over his body. It slaps the shit out of him immediately.
Using the heat generated from the slap to unthaw Usopp. It's like like this stupid. You ever heard of the idea? I don't know if it originated on Reddit or not, but that's where I remember seeing it. Is like the how many times can you bake, or how many times you have to slap a chicken in order to cook it?
Yeah, you ever heard about that? Yeah, totally. Of course. Yeah, I've heard about it a million times.
135,000 times for all you out there that want to try it.
Wow, you actually remembered the number.
It's really odd coincidence that because I was literally just talking about this to somebody at work the other day too. For I don't even remember why, but it came up in I brought it up in conversation then too, literally earlier this week. So it's outstanding that this like decade-old meme has been brought up 2 times in the last week when I probably haven't thought about it since like high school.
I mean, I definitely used to get recommended like those YouTube videos that would cover the exact same content or whatever. I don't remember the number that they gave, but I remember the answer being, yeah, if we put it on like a rotary arm and slap the shit out of it, it'll cook in like an hour, give or take, believe it or not. And I remember every video that does it, they're like, it actually like cooked too. It's kind of, it tastes like shit, but it's cooked.
yeah. I think it takes, I don't know, maybe it depends. It depends how fast you slap it, I guess.
Right. It definitely depends on the frequency.
Might be a slow cooker slapping mechanism. You never know.
You got to do like the 1 slap per second sort of style. That's the slow cook. Or you do like 2 slaps a second.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so they did a lot of like VV scene replacements, but just sort of just kind of plopped Robin down there instead. And then Frankie and Zoro were kind of like having their own little mini adventure on the side, blowing up a bunch of ships and going on snowmobiles. I also like that as a plot element because they wanted to justify things happening so much faster. They just invented snowmobiles, and the snowmobiles can scale mountain.
Yeah, with no problem whatsoever.
Absolutely zero problems. None whatsoever. You got, at one point, you got Dalton, who is it? Usopp and Robin all riding on one snowmobile that they hijacked. And Dalton is explaining, the history of the island or whatever to the two of them. And without even like breaking a sweat, he's just scaling a vertical wall with this snowmobile.
Yep. Yeah,
God, I love it. I love it so much.
And then Frankie and Zoro have a different one that they stole from the landing zone after destroying all of the ships. And Frankie makes some off comment about how like Wapple's ship is somewhat broken. I guess they broke it. I didn't notice, but he was like, I really got to fix this when we come back, because he's enamored with the submarine nature of Wapple's ship.
Yeah. He's like, yo, I gotta like fix this up so that we could like learn from this. This is a pretty cool fucking boat right here.
Yeah.
He actually does that a couple of times. There was that other time when Zoro and Frankie get up to the top of the mountain, and they had already done a little bit of the fighting, against Wapple and Mashuru or whatever. And there's like a broken hole where the cannon room is. And the first thing that Frankie says is, "Ooh, I gotta fix that." And then Zoro's like, "What the hell? Why?
What is wrong with you? You have a problem, Frankie."
You have an actual problem, my guy. All you want to do is fix things. We're here to bust shit up, man. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an enjoyable time. I enjoyed reliving some of the moments, even though over the course of the show, just naturally watching it, we've gotten some of the key flashbacks over time anyway, of the flag flying above the Wapol castle, or just Kirilluk saluting the world before he blows himself up. Like we get these all the time. But I don't know, watching it in like an actual format kind of it hits different than just seeing it in poor quality for 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then of course, you get some of your favorite characters back, like those rabid bunnies and hiking bear.
How'd you like your hiking bear, Big Christian? Was it everything? Was it everything you remembered it being?
Hell yeah.
I completely forgot, and I was actually like, I had my fingers crossed that they were going to keep in the bit where Usopp and Luffy bow to the giant fat
woman
lady. Yeah, it's like, oh hey, look, it's another hiking bear.
They have a scene at the end of the movie too. Like I think it was when the blossoms are blooming in the sky, where they're just sort of flashing to a bunch of different characters, and they have hiking bear and that woman in the same shot at the same time because of that bit.
Man. I actually completely missed that. I don't remember
that from the original show, but if it was there, then shout out. But if it wasn't, and this is exclusive to the movie, then that's fantastic. Someone has great taste.
These animators are fucking memers. They're here for they want to like rub in some of these bits. Abso-fucking-lutely. But no, I mean, I know we touched on it, but I can't say enough how much I loved a lot of the animation. You said it a little earlier that the fight between Luffy and Mashuru, fuck that dude aside, that fight was kind of fun, even though it only lasted like 2 minutes of the entire movie.
Barely.
It was very smooth though. It requires recognition in how much fun it is. Also, it's the gear second Luffy or second gear Luffy doing second gear Luffy things, and that's always a good time.
Yeah, which is the best form.
I think the last big deviation that this movie had from the normal, like seeing it through the anime. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually remember I thought you and Devin were upset that they didn't do this. When Wapol made it to the cannon room, he did. Okay, so we also missed Skinny Wapol. That never happened, but I think that's kind of moot. But when they got to the cannon room, he never ate the cannon, right? Like he was just planning on using it, I think.
That I can't say for certain.
I have like a vague memory that you and Devin were even suggesting that when he gets to the cannon room, the first thing he's going to do is eat it and become like some kind of super weapon mecha thing. But that didn't happen. And that he only wanted to use it as like a regular cannon. And then that was when Luffy kicked his ass or whatever. And you guys were like, oh, what the hell? Why didn't he just eat the fucking thing? So in this movie, they sort of deviated from that. Whether or not that did or did not happen, they added that Wapol ate the cannon. And then in addition, ate his knocked out older brother and became a super weapon bomb instead, before finally getting blasted off by none other than the Gear 3 Fist of Doom.
Yeah, he gets the shot off with, because he's eaten his brother, he has also ingested the super mega bomb that's in his stomach and turned it into a cannonball, and it shoots off up into the sky, and Zoro and Frankie finally get up to the top of the mountain, and it gets shot off, and Zoro goes slice and slices the cannonball in half, and inside is all of these poison spores, and Frankie just breathes fire on it, and that's the end of it. Instead of the whatever bomb from the original form of the series. So
the fact that Frankie just kind of like, yes, fire, and the all the toxins are just obliterated. I was a little like, oh, we can do that. That's great. Good for the plot. Good for you, Frankie. I'm glad that you found your niche on this one.
Yeah, good thing he was informed by, I don't know, whoever, maybe Robin, that Dalton had told them fire was the weakness for the poison spore. I mean, it makes sense. At the end of the day, they're just plant matter, but so of course they would be weak to fire, but it also feels like this was such a super mega bomb that the spores would have dispersed a lot more easily than generally maintaining that sort of liquid state that they had, where they just stayed in this weird bubbly form instead of immediately spreading out. But I suspend my disbelief here for the sake of ending the 2-hour movie. Finally. So yeah, right. I mean, it just we were at the end of the day is whatever.
Yeah, we were already like an hour and 45 minutes in at that point, so it's like, all right, yeah, we got it. We're wrapping it up. We got 5 minutes of sad boy Choppy hours coming up, and I want to get to that part next anyway. We don't need to spend more time than we need to. Also, can you correct me? I don't know if I just like looked away really fast, but you know the scene when Chopper was going to get the mushroom to save Here, look. We all know it. He goes and he tries to find a cure-all mushroom. Doesn't work out. He's unfortunately too naive to recognize that there is no such thing as a cure-all. He gets the poisonous mushroom, but I remember. Okay, so when we were watching it, it happened very quickly. Did he ever cross his old pack and fight his dad in this movie? Did I just like look away and it happened really fast?
Oh, in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I feel like I like blanked out or something because I remember he was like traveling to find the mushroom and then like he found it and then immediately it cut to Hiraluk in his room, but he was beaten up like he was like from the OG flashback or whatever. But I don't really remember getting that like gratifying moment of him facing off against his bio dad.
Well, that happens before he ends up finding the mushroom though anyway. So the part where he comes up all bruised and battered is basically because of whatever he had to do to get across the gap or he went down and then back up, whatever it was, and then he had to come back, whatever happened to him. But him confronting his family was prior to even finding the mushroom. Yeah.
Okay. But and it was in this movie.
It did happen in this movie.
All right. I must have just been a dirty idiot and looked away for too long. My all-seeing eyes have failed me on this day.
Your brain just cut that part out because, like, I don't know, what's the point even at the end of the day? You don't get any
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, you don't get any sort of conclusion to that anyway because they lock horns and then you cut away and next thing you know he's found the mushroom basically, so there's not really a resolution to that in the first place. My
brain just didn't want to recognize Full Metal Dog Dad energy, so it just turned itself off as soon as I saw that fucker on screen again. The worst ranked dad, and he will hold that title probably to the day he dies, and I don't give a fuck about anything else. Eat shit, reindeer dad. You suck.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I mean, the joys of this movie are definitely seen throughout. You can tell that a lot of people spent a lot of hours painstakingly making this. My only critiques for it are I find that the storyboarding is a little whack, considering they could have just done the normal arc and not changed as much as they did, and it probably would have been fine. But they opted for utilizing more straws and then adding a couple of extra fluff here and there, which amounted to very little. It just makes it harder to recommend this for people that are a fan of Chopper's OG story and want to experience like a very fresh cut of it. They kind of have to stomach all these like weird nuanced changes that kind of become a bit of a distraction, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I just sort of attribute this movie to you'd call it like a retelling of sorts rather than a remake, I guess. This falls into that category of like what if scenarios. Like what if Chopper wasn't, or what if they dealt with the Alabasta arc and also Ennie's Lobby before ending up at Drum Island, somehow Drum Island's allegedly way before in the Grand Line, but either way,
right.
What if the stars aligned that they ended up at Chopper's Island at this point in time rather than when they did in the actual series? So I don't. in the grand scheme of things, if you were to try and give this to, if you had a friend that you were going to try and speed run through One Piece, I wouldn't give them this movie if you wanted to remain accurate to the actual show / story of the manga. This is more of a sort of fun side thing to do after they've already seen the actual canon, so you can be like, look how crazy this shit is. They revealed second and third gear in this movie for no fucking reason. They've got all these extra characters here for no reason. Oh, also the blue-haired Nami, she's gone. The duck that was with her gone. Nami.
Yeah, all that. We've got black-haired Nami now. We call her Robin, but
just look at the pretty colors and the badass fight scenes and the weird CG. Did you see the weird CG during the avalanche?
I did. Yeah, I did remember. That was some interesting CG. I mean, to be fair, this movie came out in 2008. So this is like, and I forgot about this. This is not a special. This is actually its own standalone movie, which I completely forgot about. And I guess they were probably still toying with a lot of like CG applications. I mean, the only other like big CG application that I could even think of is like from Baron Matsuri, the giant goldfish sequence or whatever the hell that was. That shit was just like a giant CGI fish in the middle of like a 2D plane. But I don't know. It was interesting. Also at the very end when they were rushing away from the mountain, they were all like the trees around them were all made out of CG or whatever. I'm always an advocate for CGI if it can save the animators painstaking hours of animation, honestly. But I will say that in this flick, its age is it definitely shows.
It was a little jarring. Like as soon as it happened, so it's the part in the avalanche when they're about to get run over. They end up on the first slope. And then they jump off or jump up to try and avoid the majority or like the brunt of damage they would take from it. And as they jump up, it cuts away and then it's a shot of like the sky and a little bit of the avalanche. And then it looks like somebody just threw toy figures of them up into the air. They're just so like static in motion. Like you took a PNG and rotated it a bit, and then they land on a tree and they slide down, and then they do it again after they hit some rocks and Sanji goes flying off too. It's not as weird or jarring as that first instance, but I had to stop and be like, what? That was so strange. This is the age of experimentation at this point for CGI, like you said, but I don't think they did too good of a job on that one. Not that it's a huge point of contention here, but it's just kind of immediately recognizable.
It very much was akin to like for those of you that have seen like Knights of Sidonia, it was like Knights of Sidonia CGI. Very in your face, very prominent. Not very Land of the Lustrous that almost comes off as like tasteful, just very rigid and odd looking, if I'm gonna be honest, but it's only for like, I don't know, 10-20 seconds. So
it is a very minor point in the movie, but I felt like I had to mention it just because it was so glaringly obvious in the moment.
It was so in your face. There was one other thing I wanted to say about this flick. Fuck, I completely forgot already. Yikes! I'm a bad host. I'm a bad host, Christian.
I remembered another bad dad Hero Luck moment too, was like when he not to rag on Hero Luck because goddamn does he still make me cry when he blows himself up.
Yeah, like let's be
real. But he also upon first meeting Chopper exposes himself to a minor. Let's not I don't want to.
Are you putting that on the this guy is an animal tick mark? Wait a minute.
Look, man, I'm just saying.
I don't know how I feel about this take. This makes me uncomfortable.
All I'm saying is, it's a little it's a little much for him to just be like, "Hey, I'm not going to hurt you."
No. Yeah, but like he's trying to like he's laying himself bare before Chopper so that he doesn't feel threatened. Why do you got to make it sound weird, dog? Like, come on.
I don't know. The movie ever since we finished that tier list, I was feeling some type of way about having him so low on the tier list, even though a lot of good points got made. And then I watched this movie and I was like, damn. This is crazy how much Hero Luck did some questionable things.
Oh no! Okay. How about this? For at least a couple of minutes, let's talk about the good things about Hero Look. Let's set the record straight. Hero Look is a good guy. If for all those of you that did watch it and those of you that do already know Chopper's backstory, his big takeaway is he inspired Chopper to seize a dream and want to heal the world. He's a very inspirational guy. He motivated Chopper in all the right ways. He is a good person. It's just he also made very questionable decisions as a parent, which is, not super reductive. It's just it is what it is. People are imperfect. That's okay.
Yeah. Also, the creator of one of the best Jolly Rogers in the show.
Facts.
Even if it is as simple as just
Jolly
slapping some Sakura petals on a skull and crossbones, it's still fire.
It kind of slaps though, right?
It's kind of sick.
It's pretty fucking good. I love those like simplistic Jolly Rogers in this show. Like most of them don't need to be these like grandiose like 1,000 colors or like a bunch of designs like cluttering the flag or whatever. Just like throw in a regular skull and crossbone and put like one small glaring feature on it that separates you from the rest, and that's all we need, big guy.
Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, I think a lot of the crews do for the most part have just sort of one defining feature of their Jolly Roger and call it a day.
Yeah, for the most part, that's what we've come across. I'm trying to remember, what did Foxy's Jolly Roger look like? I think Foxy's was kind of annoying, actually. One sec, I gotta look this one up for a sec, because there's not a whole lot that you've been exposed to. Like, okay, so all the supernovas have their own. Actually, no, Foxy's is okay. It's literally just a skull and crossbone, but it has Foxy's nose on the.
I was gonna say, isn't it just the nose or like his hair or something?
Yeah, it's just his nose. Most like all the supernovas have a Jolly Roger. I mean, I think you've seen Laws because he wears it literally on his like shirt or sleeve.
Yeah.
You've also seen Doflamingos, but I don't know if you remember it. It was shown to us when we saw the what do you call it? The auction house. The Jolly Roger for Doflamingo was on full display on that auction house or whatever.
No, I can't recall.
And then who else have you even seen? You haven't seen Kids yet. I feel like you haven't seen Hawkins yet.
We've seen different insignias for, and not necessarily the supernovas, but just generally across the board. Obviously, we've seen like Whitebeard's Pirate Crew sigil,
That's
or
fair.
the Kuja Pirates have theirs.
Yes.
Buggity
Clowns,
right? Buggies, the Fishman Pirates have their Jinbei's people, or the old one that they made to replace the slave one, the slave marking anyway. That sort of thing.
Yeah, the Sun one.
The Sun, right? We've seen all these different Jolly Rogers and such before too, but I don't know. This one just hit. This one just hits. The Sakura petals just across bringing some nice color to the otherwise black and white dreary nature of the skull and crossbones. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's what Hero Luck set out to do in the first place anyway. It falls very much in line with his whole theme. Actually, I know in the original series, do they out Hero Luck as the burglar from his story there too? I can't remember.
Yes, they do. So it's offhanded. He does mention, or rather, Kureha does mention.
The same? It's the same way, right? Where Kureha's like, "Oh, back in your burglar days or whatever from your story." It's the same thing?
Yeah. Okay. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Did that actually catch you off guard a little bit?
No. I knew this is always the case most of the time when old men or anime characters tell this story. They go, there was a story back in the day of like the burglar who felt remorse for his actions and whatever. They're always talking about themselves every time.
They're never not talking about themselves.
I remember the idea that he was the burglar, but I couldn't remember if it had explicitly been stated in the same way back in the original series as it was here or not.
I'm pretty sure it was in the same spot. I guess don't necessarily quote me on that, but I have a pretty vivid memory of this scene playing out, and I believe it happens in both like this animation style and the other animation style. So I'm pretty sure it happens in about the same way.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right. I just couldn't remember right off the bat.
But all in all, no, I mean, it's a good flick. It's a good time. I think that the market for this is probably people who either have no intention of watching One Piece as a whole, or people who want to see something if they're super caught up. Like, I wouldn't recommend this movie to anyone who has any intention of like actually watching the series.
Right.
This is by no means a replacement. This is by no means something that, you know, you should really expose yourself to if you want to be like organically exposed to a lot of these set pieces and characters. But yeah, it's all around a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I would only show this to somebody who was planning on or had already gotten past the point of seeing his story in the actual show, because unless if they're just there, if they just want to watch a fun movie with characters they had just seen, if they had seen One Piece characters before but didn't have any interest in actually watching the show, yeah, fuck it, show them the movie. It's got a lot of fun, pretty colors and good action scenes and a relatively tight enough story that it makes sense at the end of 2 hours without stepping on the original, what it comes from anyway.
But yeah, I mean, unless you got anything else you want to chime in on the overall talking points, I mean, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty good. It's there's not a whole lot else to cover here. It's what we watched.
I mean,
we've watched this before.
We can sit here and just recant all of the points we made from our previous episodes, or we can tell our listeners to go listen to those episodes on our first exposures.
But be very wary and understanding of the idea that this was early on in our podcast, and it will sound like kind of shit.
Oh, wait, shit. You raise a really good point, man. We should have done a much better job on this one tonight then. Hold on.
Nah, it's fine.
Maybe we should spend more time on this. Hold on. I want to redo everything. I'm gonna make a new sheet right now.
We're already done.
No, wait, audience, I'm so sorry.
Nope. We're here.
The seeds though. I gotta
This is the way it is now.
This is the way. Well, it is what it is. Well, in the very least, I'll say that if there's nothing else, next week we will be doing we're gonna do, I don't know, 1 or 2 more special episodes before we get back to normal content. But next week's gonna be an anniversary cast, anniversary of just our podcast in general. So I think before we had like an end of the arc special, the next week's gonna be I guess just like a universal like bench, or what do you call it?
It's our 3-year anniversary. We've been doing this for 3 years already somehow. And we're just here to reminisce a little bit. There's going to be we did the arcs recap where we went over the last couple arcs. The anniversary cast, from what I remember of our homework sheet, is mainly going to be a lot more cumulative in One Piece as a whole, different moments and stuff that we remember. I think we might even go over specific moments from our podcast that we enjoyed a lot, which will take some digging because I have goldfish memory. So look out for that. Feel free to and we'll probably bring it up also. Feel free to tell us about your favorite moments at the time too, because if the schedule holds, this will come out the week before the anniversary one. So
you know what I was going to say, if you are listening to this, there's a chance that you might even be able to still post on the survey that we're doing of all of your favorite One Piece. That will not be true. That ends on the 25th. If this stays in the cast, you can say, Brendan, way to get my hopes up, because it's officially over.
Yeah. Call him a savage animal dummy. That'll really show him.
Yeah, that'll show me a lot. Thanks, Christian. You really you always know how to put like the best things into words. If I'm going to be perfectly honest,
I know I'm a savant.
I know you are. But that will be next week. We hope that you look forward to it. Moving on to quotes, and I will be doing the quotes section. So
Absolutely.
I hope you are okay. So what are your quotes, Christian?
Okay, you want me to go first?
Yeah, of course. By all means,
I'm fine
you take
with
the floor.
So, which ones do I snipe?
I like how that's not even like, there's not even quotes you want to do. We just like agree. All right, we're gonna have the same quotes. which ones am I going to snipe now, and which ones am I going to leave for Brendan later?
There's gonna be a couple. I'll start with one that won't be a snipe. Although we've kind of already talked about it. It's Usopp and Luffy outside to the big woman. They go deep bow to the woman they think is a hiking bear.
That bit's never old.
Sanji's on the inside of the house looking at them because they were making snowmen. He's like, you fucking idiots. It's great. At one point when Hiraluk goes to Kureha's treehouse, was it then? Oh no, I think it was on the bridge. I think it was the first time we see Kureha on the when he's running away from the cops on the bridge. And she tells him there's nothing scarier than an incompetent doctor.
Oh wow, that's
a really fire line and also very true.
Very yikes. I feel like that's not a quote we previously used. That's a brand new one. That's hot off the press.
Yeah, that is. I think that is a hot off the presses one. Okay, when Hiraluk is in his treehouse, because that's all people build in this world is tree houses. As I'm realizing, just saying it out loud, he's showing Chopper his Jolly Roger. I will save this kingdom as a doctor. That's why I've raised this skull against every disease there is. This is a symbol of conviction that defies the impossible. With this flag raised, I will fight like a pirate.
Yeah,
the doctor.
I fucking love it, dude. I love it so much.
And Chopper's sitting there eating it all up. And oh man, it's just so. It's so you can never doubt the absolute tenacity of this man going on this journey for 30 years to do this research to make the snow pink.
Mm-hmm. Don't say it like that. Say it like with more pizzazz. Be like, to make sakura petals fall from the sky. Don't say turn the snow pink.
To make sakura blossoms bloom in this dreary country, overshadowed by the fear of Wobble.
My God, dude! You're sleeping on my man's message. I'm telling you. I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right, I'll leave it on one more. Just when Chopper brings him the mushroom.
Oh.
And of course Hiraluk recognizes what it is. And Chopper's like, this is gonna make you better now. I want you to teach me how to be a doctor. Do you think I can be a doctor here, Dr. Hiraluk? And Hiraluk just brings him in for the cold, the warmest embrace. And he goes, of course you can, Chopper. You're so kind after all.
Oh man, dude.
My heart
always breaks.
Oh, it's so gut wrenching. Especially if this was your first experience with the movie, even that's enough. But then what the mushroom actually is just makes it even more just twisting that knife in your gut even harder.
God, it's so good. Hiraluk really is one of the best written, not even parents and leaders of the Straws or whatever, just one of the best written side characters in the series, if I'm gonna be honest. He's just so cool.
He's here for an emotional time, not a long time.
Yeah. He's only here to make you sad.
Yeah. All right.
Piggybacking off of that brief dreary moment, I really do need to give a shout out to, and in the dub when Brina Palencia and the guy who voices Hiraluk play this scene out, it's always so good in my mind. The scene where Chopper first gets kicked out and Hiraluk's trying to create distance between them, whatever. And Chopper can't really believe that what's happening is happening. And the first thing he does is he injures himself. He bashes his face against the tree. And he's like, Doctor, look, it's me. I'm hurt. I can come back now because I need you to heal me. Because he assumes that if he can't be there as a friend, at least he can be there as a patient. And you just see the life drain from our poor Choppy's eyes when Hiraluk, snaps back with the gunfire, and it's like, bro, get your shit together.
Grazes his cheek too, like doesn't even give him the warning shot.
God,
Immediately he draws blood.
It just breaks my heart. The most traumatic thing that this poor reindeer could have possibly been exposed to is happening again before his eyes.
Yeah, and he's remembering the line Hiraluk gives him too when he first meets him, that he says that he'll never shoot him.
Oh, and he shot him anyway. And it's like, God damn it, Hiraluk, you're an idiot. Anyway, makes me sad inside. Following that, I mean, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about the quote of quotes, of course. My favorite from our homie. When does a man die? When he's hit by a bullet? No. When he suffers an incurable disease? No. When he ate a soup made of a poisonous, deadly mushroom? No. A man dies when he's forgotten. And how does he end his own life but with a glass of sake, cheering to the sky, telling his stupid son, don't worry, my boy, your mushroom won't kill me, as he blows himself up. And I remember I'll kill me. I remember we covered in Cast. I was still like flabbergasted. You guys told me, and I didn't even get it until this like fourth rewatch, when he says, your mushroom won't kill me. In the back of my mind, I was always like, yeah, he just means like from like a philosophical sense, like your mushroom's not going to kill me. But it was like you or Devin or somebody was like, well, he blew himself up so that he literally wouldn't be the death over Hiraluk or whatever. And I'm like, son of a bitch, he's a father after all.
Deep down, all it took was self-sacrifice in the face of an entire country. I also like the point he adds after that, where he says, "I've lived a wonderful life," or something along those lines. I think they edited it slightly in the movie, but I remember the line from the show specifically being, "I've lived a wonderful life," right before he pulls the detonator, whatever it is that he does.
Yeah. And he's lived a marvelous life. My last two, I gotta give a shout. Although I will say it was a little less fun in this movie than it was in the anime. I love the fact that they still had the line drop where Sanji was like, well, he's a monster, of course. I was even though you got Luffy in the side who's like, yo, I fed him that line, or whatever joke we made in the back. I remember on Cast somebody said something about we fed him that line, but I don't remember who fed who what, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. But I gotta respect that it was there, because it's an important point in the whole movie, right? Like it's the core and the crux of Chopper's dysphoria, honestly, towards his own upbringing and his own like who he is. He's constantly facing these challenges of how he views himself, whether as a human or as a reindeer, and at the end of the day he can only come up with monster. So it's insightful and it's uplifting to have others be totally okay with recognizing themselves as monsters, because at least that gives Chopper someone to relate to.
Yes, always
important. And the last line, I gotta throw it in there. Have a wonderful time, my stupid son. Good, God damn it, Kureha. I love you. You're such a softie. You're just like Hiraluk. You're a goddamn animal. All right.
Okay. I need to put it in here because I thought you would probably say it, but you didn't. So I'm gonna insert it myself here. It's Sanji. When Sanji blocks the first afro from hitting Kureha. Hey, Afro man, launching your afro at a lady. What kind of soul brother are you?
So can I tell you? I remember, I think you guys had that in your sub in the first time, right? Something like that. Like,
yes.
What kind of soul brother are you? So I remember we had this discussion. He didn't say anything akin to soul brother, probably because they were afraid it would be a little too yikes for the scene. But what a line.
Yeah. I also, because I just scrolled back through my notes and that line was right below this other one. It's when Chopper shows up right after Hiraluk's blown himself up and Dalton goes to stop him and wrestles him to the ground. He goes, please don't become another sacrifice for this country. I'm begging you, with tears in his eyes, because Dalton's been awoken to he was always sensitive to kind of what the direction the country was going in, but the idea that Hiraluk would come all this way and risk certain death just to potentially save the 20 doctors who would be the actual only like last hope for the country moves Dalton to tears, and Kureha comments on it just before he dies himself, and you know it's all very sad and sympathetic.
Why are you crying, Dalton?
Yeah,
can you cure even a country? And he's like, as long as they have the strength to do it.
Yeah,
you got it, dude. Keep it in mind. As long as the will of that country lives on, of course they can. You got it, my dude. But honestly, that's the arc is filled with banger lines. We could be here probably all day. There's a lot of good one-offs.
They pretty much throw all the good ones in there anyway. So
yeah, so we're golden. Well, then moving on from quotes, let's go on to the golden ham. Can we just give it back to Kureha again? Because I just love that guy so much. Can we just like do it again? Like, come on. As compensation for throwing him so far down the dad tree.
I feel like we firmly established that he kind of earned the spot that he's in pretty single-handedly. Why don't we give it? Is it out of the question to give it to Kureha instead?
Absolutely not. I could give it to Mom. Yeah, giving it to Kureha is fine. I could settle for that. Yeah, I think that's good. We should give it to Kureha. That sounds delightful.
All right.
I would love to see Kureha again.
Perfect. A young spring chicken at 139 years old.
The youngest she'll ever be for the rest of her life. Never forget.
Although now she's above 140 with the time skip. She'll be 141.
She will be 141 the next time you see her. That is correct. Yes. still a spry 141. Come on, man. She's fine.
Yeah. I'm sure she's doing great.
All right. Well, moving on to fan mail. There is none this week. Moving on to Patreon shout outs. Easy Life is currently in the bigwig tree. So Easy Life, here's to you. We just got done doing a movie recommendation that they asked us to do called Crow Zero. We put it on our Panda View.
The day we're recording this, it is released to the public.
And it was a great time. Highly recommend the episode. Highly recommend the movie. And thank you, Easy Life, for your patronage and your support. And yeah, moving on to the grab bag. And I have my bag.
Wait, how'd you get the bag back? It was just in my house yesterday.
Okay, I lied to you. I don't actually have the bag.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. What now?
But I made you question it, though, didn't I? I made you think that I fucked with you,
I was about to be very concerned and also call a locksmith.
Hey, I'm like best buds with Santa, all right? Like, he can get into your house whenever the fuck he wants, is all I'm saying.
I don't like this narrative that you're crafting here.
Now we're setting up the interconnected John Wick universe where Santa Claus can break in wherever he wants.
And his origin story.
Rorschach's on the side. He's just like, yo,
did you see that movie?
Which
movie that just came out?
No, I have not seen it at all.
Oh my god. Shit, what was that movie called? Damn it, I forget what that movie was called. Anyway, it's Santa. It's like a pseudo horror movie slasher thing, and Santa kills a lot of people, but also has a very interesting backstory in that movie.
It's also called Violent Night, by the way.
Violent Night, yeah. Do you mind spoilers? I could tell you right now what Santa is in that movie.
I might watch it. Yeah,
right,
I don't know if I want to.
All right.
Besides, are you going to force everyone on the or all of our listeners?
I would just say like cover your ears for like 10 seconds while I tell you Santa's backstory. But it's fine. You can go watch Violent Night. It's actually like a fun campy movie to just kind of experience with people.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm sure.
Anyway, yeah, I have the bag. It looks like a normal bag, luckily, but I'm not putting anything out of the question with you anymore. So I'm just gonna reach into this here bag and pull out. Brandon, the bag's empty.
What do you mean the bag's empty?
There's nothing here.
I don't know how that's possible. What do you mean?
I don't know either, because when I double checked it like 2 hours ago, there were folded up pieces of paper in here.
Is anyone there with you?
Wait, let me just. Did you? Oh no, this is not the. Put that away. Just get that.
What the hell?
So I've got the grab bag here.
What are you doing? What are you talking about? What was that? What was that bag?
Don't worry about it. Reaching into the bag
away.
here. And I've got this neatly folded up piece of paper with this paper's blank. Hold on, I'll just get another one. Maybe it was a dud. All right, it's fine. I've got a folded up pieces of paper. This one also blank.
What is going on? What do you have over there? Are you okay?
Third time's the charm.
What do you mean third time's the charm? Why are you not answering any of my questions?
I've got another folded up piece of paper. This one has writing on it.
Okay, and what does the writing say? I'm on the edge of my seat.
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Okay.
It says rain.
Oh, it's a rain question. Yo, let's go. We're
going to do a rain sama question this week.
I feel like I'm very upset that you still have yet to answer the questions about the previous bag and, like what was going on with that, though. Like,
what do you mean?
Could we,
it was a bag.
But like...
And it had nothing in it, though.
Why do you
I don't know. Maybe Santa
just
like left his sack here when he...
When he what?
When he came to deliver presents on Christmas.
But he didn't this year. He was late, remember?
Well, maybe not to your place.
Maybe not to my place. All right.
Santa always comes to my house.
I won't
I'm
put you on the spot anymore. What's our rain question this week?
Our rain question. Excuse me. I had a little burpsy. Our rain question is going to be, there was a couple that I was given that I was allowed to choose from, and now I'm having trouble. I should have chosen one beforehand. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Don't be shy. Share your husbandos.
Oh, our husbandos? Ooh. Okay. Well, I mean, I've got to put
don't do it.
Kamina's got to be on the list. Let's be real.
They say that line a couple times in this movie.
They say what again in this movie?
They give us Kamina's line a couple times in this movie.
Oh, who the hell do you think I am?
Who the hell do you think I am?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Wapple and Hero Luck both say it in this movie.
It's a fire line. I mean, it's very quotable, if I'm going to be honest.
That's true.
Because who the hell do you think I am?
Yeah, who the hell do you think we are?
That's what I'm saying. In addition to Kamina, just because he's such a... Oh, and for those who don't know, Kamina being the main gentleman from Gurren Lagann, my favorite anime of all time, for many reasons and more. Kamina is a fantastic character, and I love him to death. Also, man, dem titties, though. My bad.
Right. No, you got it.
Shouldn't have gone there.
No. I said don't be shy, so
don't be shy indeed. This is an interesting take. I have always had a fascination with Neji from the Naruto anime. I really like Neji's character arc. I find him to be a very complex character. He's kind of got the Gaara treatment where he starts as like a villain and then, slowly becomes friend, whatever, which is totally chill. But he has like such a redefined sense of duty as the series plays out. And I won't get into like too many details about like what, like how his character really develops and evolves over time. But he's an attractive man. And he's very dependent. He's very cool. Very good overall emotional depth. Very much like Neji. Cool guy. Who else would be a husbando? You wanna throw one in there while I ponder maybe another obvious one off the top of my head?
Yeah. I mean, I weirdly enough, I've only watched the show once, and I only I remember enjoying it, but not like a lot. But the main I don't even remember his name. But the main butler from Death Parade, like the main character, he always struck me as a very interesting character. To like, he's very blunt and straightforward, and doesn't really hold too many emotions, but seems like a very complex character. And I really wish there was more of that show, to be honest with you, because it always seemed like a very interesting premise as well.
Isn't it something like Decim or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think Decim is right.
I think it is Decim, or maybe Decim or something. I think it was something with a C in it. I remember that, but I feel like Decim is right.
Yeah, how you I don't know how you would say it. Decim. Decim.
I think it's Decim.
Decim sounds like the right answer there.
You know who else I got to make a husbando?
Go on.
Lawrence from Spice Wolf. He's a ride or die. He is a ride or die, man.
That's a good pick.
You cannot have a list of fantastic husbands without including the OG. Maybe not the OG. He might not be original by any standards, but he's a really good husband.
Damn, somewhere Jordy just got one of those tingles up your spine when you're listening to your favorite song. One of those real good tingles just went up Jordy's spine right now, and he has no idea why.
He sneezed because all we're talking about is favorite shit or something on the side for sure. I'm trying to think of like any other really good ones, any true standouts.
I like just because and this one might be a little bit recency bias, but from Reagan from Mob Psycho is a real cool guy. Maybe a little bit. You call him
a husband type though? Like, he's a cool guy.
I mean, look, in that show, I would probably rate him as the best husbando. There's really not a whole lot of other ones. And again, this is a bit of recency here because I just watched the last season a couple of weeks ago, but Reagan's a fundamentally really good character though. Like, he recognizes the idea that he's a liar and a bit of a fraud, but at the end of the day, when it really comes down to the wire, he's always there to stick up for the people that he cares about a lot, and that ends up being Mob most of the time, but he is always down to do what others are not in order to keep Mob safe or try and pull Mob back from the dark side, you know.
No, I mean, I respect that answer.
I appreciate some Reagan.
You know, I like it. You know, I was not completely in, but I feel like you've persuaded me. I'm all in on this pick now. It feels right. One more good husband. You know, I might be the toxic one. I'm gonna put Yusuke Urameshi from and I don't even know if you've even seen this anime, but from oh my god, what the fuck? The Spirit Gun. Fucking, why can't I remember the goddamn show now? I can't remember the name of the show. Christian, what's wrong with me?
I don't know. Something's wrong with your brain cells.
Oh,
you gotta get some new
what the hell's
ones.
The name of the show? I gotta look this up now. Spirit Gun. I know his whole fucking name, but I don't know. No, it's the fucking Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu
the one we
Hakusho.
just talked about. Okay.
Yeah, the one we talked about relatively. Well, no. That's we talked about Inuyasha recently.
Oh. Right.
Yu Yu Hakusho is a story about a kid who he's a big Angie boy. He's a sunder. He's got the hots for like his high school sweetheart, but never makes it super apparent or whatever. He gets hit by a car, and in the in true isekai fashion, instead of dying, but he doesn't get sent to another world. He just goes to, like, you know, heaven and whatnot, and he gets a second chance at reanimation in the form of becoming a spirit detective. And the whole show is like shonen energy and devolves from there. Fantastic show. It's only like 125 episodes, give or take. But Yusuke is a very cool protagonist. And he has a lot of heart and a lot of commitment to his friends, his girlfriend. He's a husband material, 100%. He's a big Angie, little Angie, and can be toxic. Don't get me wrong, but his heart's in the right spot.
Right. Who can I place as one of my last ones? You know, I was thinking the other day about a show called Noragami.
You know, I still haven't seen Noragami.
Noragami is actually a personal favorite of mine. I think I really enjoyed that show. I think I'm gonna have to give it a rewatch sometime soon. The main character in question is Yato. He's a minor god trying to accrue more followers so that he can become a much larger god that everyone worships, but he has trouble, and we encounter other gods that are less benevolent or much more of the evil variety, and so on and so forth.
Right.
I really like that show. I think I am gonna have to rewatch it sometime soon. But
it's produced by Bones. You know it's gonna be good when it's made by Bones.
I think that's kind of why I had it on the brain recently, because we also just did what do you call it?
Space Dandy again?
Dandy, yeah. We just did our Dandy recording, and they're the same studio as well. noticing a trend here. Coincidentally, also Mob Psycho's studio.
Mob Psycho is also Bones.
Yeah, so maybe there's just maybe Bones just has my number when it comes to producing.
Little bias in there, maybe.
Yeah, I just realized it now with speaking it into existence, I guess. You know what? I changed my mind. Aaron Yeager.
Aaron Yeager, he is not husbando material. Don't you dare come in here with fucking Aaron Yeager. Holy shit. I thought you were Can I tell you? I was like on the edge of my seat waiting for you to say something dumb like fucking dandy, and somehow you managed to curb even my worst expectations.
to go even worse, past the bottom of the barrel.
God damn it, you can't do this to me. No, we're not playing this game. Aaron Yeager is a sad, troubled individual, and that dude has no right being a parent to anybody. Just so we're clear.
He's not being, well, husband is not a parent. Husband is a husband. There are no kids involved.
Even then, I don't know. I would not wish Aaron Yeager as a life partner on my worst enemy. I'm just telling you, man. He is toxic as toxic can be.
Wow.
He has no ambition for any other person on the planet. Stop, you're a fucking animal. Actually, you've inspired me. You've reminded me of another ride or die. I'm going to throw him at the tail end of my shtick. Isaac Dion, I believe is his name. I looked him up really quick, so I might be butchering his actual name. He's from an anime called Bacano, which is one of my favorites, and I highly recommend it. He's Miria. Well, so in the dub, he's voiced by my favorite voice actor, John Michael Tatum. And whenever he talks to his girlfriend, wife, I don't really know if they're married, but I don't want to spoil what they are because it's kind of fun figuring out like exactly what their dynamic is. But he always calls her Miria, and they're just the cutest fucking couple, like from start to finish. And they remind me again of what makes Spice and Wolf make so much sense. When you just have a good, cute couple, shit works.
Very fair.
And I think I'm good.
All right. Well, I think that about covers it. Tell us who your husbandos are.
Yeah, email us or join our Discord and tell us who your favorite husbandos are. Where can they find our email and Discord, Christian?
You can email us at pandasightings@gmail.com. We have Twitter and Instagram under the same handles at pandasightings. You can join our community Discord by visiting the link tree that is in the social bios. And if you feel like supporting us, like our main person at the moment right now, Easy Life, has so generously done, we have a Patreon. That's Panda Sightings as well. Thank you very, very much for listening to us Babylon for this hour or so. That'll probably get cut down to like 20, maybe 30 minutes. But
we can't keep making this joke.
Surely we can.
Surely we can. I mean, it never really gets old. It's an oldie but a goodie, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, this joke transcends the rule of threes at this point.
Ho, 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 motherfuckers!
Wait, he's coming back. Santa.
I'm back, bitches, and I'm here with AK-47s.
What? Like AK-47 style Nerf guns, right?
No, absolutely not. I've decided that since I've missed Christmas, I'm going to go all in on my villain arc. And honestly, it's been completely liberating. I've already murdered my wife. I've killed all the elves.
Oh, no.
I'm down to my last 2 reindeer. Rudolph wasn't cutting it.
No.
Well, I mean, you only need me. I don't have all those fucking presents anymore. You know what I mean? So now what we're going to do is I'm going to murder all of humanity.
Santa, please.
And I'm really happy. Nope. I'm very happy to have been given this opportunity. I really hope that I'll live up to everyone's expectations and murder the whole of humanity. Thank you, Christian, especially for inspiring me.
Nobody wants to die like that.
I'm pretty sure that it's on everyone's Christmas lists now, homie.
Wait, Santa, no. Santa, no. Don't do it.
Oh,
we can talk about this. Oh, God. Well, if this is the last episode you ever hear from us, you'll know why, or you won't, because Santa will have gotten to you first. In that case, this has been Crispy. Thank you very much for listening, and God help us all. Who am I kidding? There's no God. Santa's going around murdering everybody. What am I supposed to do? I just wanted some Nerf guns, man.